We bridge your knowledge to success.
And welcome to the show, ma'am. How are you doing? Good evening.
I'm doing I'm doing good, and yes, good to see you, Aditya. I've heard about your channel, and I did check out a lot of your videos, and you are doing a very commendable job. And I know that you are doing it in between your grade 10 exams, so kudos to that.
Thank you, ma'am. Um, Before we begin, can you tell us a little about yourself for the benefit of our viewers so that they can know about you and what you have done throughout your very big and experienced life?
Hmm. Okay. Thank you so much. But I don't know it's big or experience. I don't know. But yes, I will quickly jot down some ideas, and I'll tell you a little bit about what I've done. Basically, I'm an educator and teacher, and I continued thinking that I will always be in the teaching field forever because, once a teacher, always a teacher. So I never thought that I would come out of that teaching and I would do something of my own. But yes, 26 years of teaching, and I love teaching youth. So my area of work was always with grade 9, 10, 11, 12. Those are the very crucial years to mold them, to talk to them about different things the life has to offer. So it was a fascinating journey of teaching, and along with teaching, I used to do a lot of social work, small here and there. That went on for so many years. But post that, I shifted to a new place, Dubai, in 2020. And then the journey changed completely. Then I stopped teaching and I then went into purpose coaching. So then I chose a niche to work with youth, and I said I would love to mentor youth with so many years of experience of teaching, talking to youth, talking to parents. So how do I use it? So I did this coaching. After that coaching came a very interesting phase of my life where I joined a course on neuroscience, something which very fascinating. I had no idea that brain, how it works, and it's such an organ which, if we don't know, we are losing out on a very important part of our life, how the brain works. So, right from the beginning, I did a basic course, advanced course, and then went on to do a Skill India certification in neuroscience. So, basically, my area of work is to tell teachers that I have been a teacher for 26 years, but I didn't know how important it is to know how a teen brain works. Teenager's brain is a work in progress, it is not yet mature. So there are a lot of changes happening. So, how do you deal with children who are in teens? And neuroscience gave me a lot of ideas to handle kids differently, their discipline issue, their anger issues, their anxiety, their depression issue, everything. So that was a game changer for me. And then, as I told you that I love working with youth, and I have been doing some work. So I started my own channel in November called Say Something with Mads. And this is purely for youth from age 14 to 24. And I call youth to share their issues, their problems, their perspectives about world issues, about anything they want to talk it. This channel is for them. So that's about it. And I have a 23-year-old son who is back in Mumbai and here in Dubai, and traveling a lot, meeting people like you. Every day, one youth I meet. That's the motto of my life. I talk to one new young people every day. So that's in short.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for coming on our show, and you have done a lot of work throughout your life, and you have contributed to many children and many successful people in the future. And thank you for coming on your show. And I hope my viewers, you will also learn a lot from ma'am and her experience. Um, can you tell us a little bit more about your journey as an educator and a youth mentor? What inspired you to pursue this path and help children?
Hmm. Aditya, when you are a teacher, you automatically try not to be that teacher who will go out of the class and are forgotten. I always wanted to be that teacher who children will remember 20, 30 years later. Okay, Madhumita Miss taught me. And I wanted to make that impact in the life of people, not by my subject matter, like how good I am teaching chemistry or biology or whoever. How good I connect to youth was always been my motto. And that's how I thought that, they always opened up to me. They talked about their personal issues, their relationship issues, their family problems. Everything came to me. They used to talk. I said, there must be something which they find very comforting to talk. So that opened up always, that you are being non-judgmental when you talk to me. You will not be questioned, or you will not be asked, अरे तुमने ऐसा क्यों किया? Why did you do this? And why this is right, this is wrong? I've never said that to anyone, and I think that stayed with me to be a person who is very approachable. So that may gave me an idea that yes, if youth like to talk to me, I like talking to them. So I think, how do we collaborate this? I think, no, this LinkedIn has, and of course Zoom, thanks to these two during pandemic, and the world has opened up, and you can connect to anybody around the world. So that's so fascinating to learn from young people like you are amazing how you manage studies. And this is one learning for me, like never say no to anything, take up what it comes. So that's how it is. And also I forgot to mention that I have my own channel for senior citizens. So this is like my way of giving back to the society. I have started this channel, and it's going on for 2 years. So I have about 100 seniors whom we meet every Tuesday. We bring a guest, and we entertain them, we talk to them, we share their worries. So one side it's youth, and one is senior citizens. So this is kind of a balancing. But I think, if you have to ask me what is my core, it's about human connection. So it's always like, okay, what more can I learn from others? What more can I what are they thinking, that how are the mind working? So that's the more fascinating part for me.
Yes, ma'am. This is really interesting and a very good perspective of yours that um, children are growing individuals, and this is the right time to shape their ideologies and help them achieve what they want to do in their future lives and help them be successful. Thank you for coming and sharing this. And you mentioned being a proponent of sustainable living. Can you share some practical
Hmm.
tips or suggestions on
Yes.
sustainable living for young people and how they can begin uh, at a young age with some activities or habits?
Yes, true. Aditya, I have to ask you something. How many shoes you own?
Shoes, two, two, two maybe.
Okay. And are you fond of buying branded goods?
No.
Not right. You are living sustainably. I would say you're the first one. I'm not against branded goods or number what you have. If you have, the idea for youth is so much availability. You have everything available on a platter. You don't ask a question yourself whether I need it. So I tell this to everybody, that before you go out shopping, go to a mall, just take a minute to ask. I'm picking this jacket. How many jackets I have at home? Do I need it? Pause for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, just ask. You will get the answer. You will drop the jacket. Go to the shoe shop. If you're picking up another shoe, ask, I have four. Do I need one? Do I have to wear it to a party just to show to the people? So ask these questions every time you go, and you will become your mind starts working in such a way that you will feel everything you have is a waste. Why do you want to build so much when you don't need? So it's a simple thing, like, okay, what are you gifting your friends? If they already have it, why do you have to gift it? Give them a plant or give them a book. So there are so many things you can do about sustainability. About start with asking questions. What your parents might tell you, आपको क्या चाहिए बेटा बर्थडे में, आपने ये अचीव कर लिया, आज एक एग्जाम खत्म हुआ, आपको क्या चाहिए. So what we immediately ask is something materialistic. Okay, I want this. So why not you ask for an experience कि आज मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मुझे आज एक फॉरेस्ट में जाना है, मुझे आप कहीं घुमाने लेके चलो, मुझे आज एक जंगल में जाना है और वहां पर पिकनिक करना है. Just think of these little things and you will find out that you have already started contributing towards sustainability and you have reduced it. Another simple thing, as you asked me, that what youth can do is, um, every time you leave home, just carry your own bottle. Avoid. I have, Aditya, for last I think 6 years, I have not bought a single packaged water bottle. I make it a point to take my own bottle and I tell them, if I see anybody carrying a plastic bottle, I go up to them. I said, do you need it? So because it's somebody is giving it, so you grab it and you just throw the plastic bottle away. So that can be done at our end. Also, yeah, plastic cutleries you can avoid. You can reuse so many things. There are multiple things you can do. I carry my own coffee mug when I go to a coffee shop. I love coffee, but I won't carry my own mug. I don't take any disposable cups because it has a plastic on top. So all these things, everything you just question. Even I write something on a paper. I don't leave any page empty, like front back. So, it's been a part of my life. Also, one more thing, I do not propagate using tissues. They are the major waste when you people go to the washrooms in the malls. I see people using tissues because they're available. Why don't you carry a napkin? Why don't you carry a handkerchief? Earlier people used to do that. So there's small things I keep telling, and I think the biggest thing is materialism. That don't go for material goods, go for experiences, gift experiences, gift something. आज हम पिकनिक चलते हैं, आज हम कहीं कोई मॉल में चलते हैं के अलावा हम बाकी और क्या कर सकते हैं. मॉल जाते हैं तो हम कुछ ना कुछ खरीद लेते हैं which we don't need. So that question, ask yourself. So that's how I think everybody can practice sustainability.
As an individual, everybody can contribute on a small level to sustainable
Yes.
living and at the grander scheme of things, contribute to the
Mm,
largest problems in the world, helping
mm,
to solve them. And these small steps compound over time,
absolutely.
resulting in something being achieved. And
Mm,
small actions such as just taking your own water bottles and being actively conscious about what you do everywhere. Don't be overly
correct.
conscious, but try to make a stand wherever you
Hmm.
can. And this makes
So
sure that you are doing something from for your community and your people, and as well as other people will also get inspired when they see you. So
correct.
this is a very good
And
thing.
keep talking. Yeah, and
Yes.
keep saying this to everybody whom you meet. People might say, "Oh, again, same thing," but keep saying that. Why are you doing what you're doing? So just keep on reiterating to yourself and to the world, and that's how we can do, each one of us. Thank you so much
Yes,
for
try to
asking this
spread
very
this ideology, but the best thing is to speak through your actions. Just
yeah.
have your own discipline. Follow this. Don't compromise on something that you really want or something you want to do, but take a step to contribute to society and just speak through your actions. And so for you talked about your youth channel and it is going really well. Can you tell us what kind of topics you
Why I
usually
started.
cover on that channel?
Yeah.
What audiences do you want to target?
Okay, good question. See, basically, we all listen to a lot of experts in the field, a lot of people who have achieved, a lot of leaders, celebrities talking about mental health, mental wellness, everything generally up to them who have achieved something. But I thought that when I talk to young people, I find they have so much to say, but where are they getting chance? I said my audience will be 14 to 24 years of age, and I'm not going to call any expert. For me, what they want to say is a very, very important perspective of what the future world is going to be, what is their thought process, what are they doing. You may not be a change maker, you may not be doing a very big activity right now, but what are your thoughts on global problems? What are your thoughts on your own problems or youth faces? So when I talk to them and I tell them what is your topic going to be, so I give them the freedom to choose the topic on which they want to speak. I don't give them a topic. So they think about the topic, what they want to speak, and then we sort of fine tune it a bit. So, like people have said that I was an introvert and public speaking helped me to come out of it on the stage. So I want to speak about public speaking. So they are welcome. I had interviewed a girl whom I knew from childhood, but she said, I want to talk about my issues of binge eating. So I said, okay, welcome. And we had such a lovely conversation about food and youth. Teens have their issue with food. They want to look thin or they either eat a lot, so they put on a lot of weight. So there are various topics. Somebody came, he wanted to talk about his love for wildlife photography and how from an introvert he didn't have any friends, so he took to photography. So that was a beautiful journey. Somebody is working with a youth sector. He designs his own games. My student, ex-students. So everybody has things to say about their journey, and it's the most fascinating I've ever heard. So, this is going to be my mission in life to give youth a platform. Everyone has something to say, and they speak so well. So I learn from them through the channel.
Yes. Yes, so basically, you provide an opportunity for many youths to come on your show
Mm,
and share their experiences and their learnings to other children.
mm,
And as you said, the best when you have an audience of children and you want to help them, the best person to help them will be a child himself. And
yes.
because they can understand the problems that other children are facing at this point of time, and that brings an interesting perspective to the point, and I think is really valuable for the children that are coming on, because they learn a lot, they get an opportunity to express themselves and
Mm.
grow themselves as well. So first of all, ma'am, uh, what what advice would you like to give to young people who want to make a positive impact in their communities but don't know where to start as of now?
Mm. I feel this is a very important question you asked, because all many people want to do, but they're thinking where to take the jump from. Where should I go? Step out of my house and do what? So everybody's thinking that I want to do this, I want to do this, but let me grow up. Let me take time out. When I have money, I will do this. When I have time, I will do this. This is never going to happen. And as you know, you are doing your exams, you are giving your boards as well as doing this. You don't have enough time. You no, you cannot say that let me think about it in future. This is the time. So do it what you want to do right now. The best advice I would give you is, I have seen in my journey with the youth that there are so many young people who are doing something. So, best is to attach yourself to the cause. You don't have to start anything, you just have to join somebody and start it. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, go to another cause. Give your time. So, the time is something which they want. Don't sit at home and say that I'm doing a great change, I'm bringing a change maker. you have to work on the field. So maybe a small thing like, okay, beach cleaning every weekend. You want to go to animal shelter and work, do it. If you want to do paper bags, I know for a young girl who goes to schools and make paper bags for the get the paper bags made by the children of the school. So there are so many people working for plants, areas of mental health, areas of menstrual hygiene. You can just Google, but join someone if you are just not, if you don't know which is your area of work. And once you start exploring few things and you know that yeah, this is what I want to do, then you can start your own something later. But first is join someone.
Yes. Um, so I think this is for children that want to do something and help their communities. Um, First, take a look around you. What do you want to do? What change you want to
Hmm.
make to the society? What problems
Hmm.
you see at the moment that you can contribute to
Hmm.
on an individual scale. Try to solve them, try to take the help of your elders, try to take advice, try to express yourself to the people around you, because I think that that you come to learnings from many, like on many channels. The best people to help you are your parents and your teachers that are directly around you, and take advice
Hmm.
from them on how you want to go forward, how what you want to do. And if you want to become some, if you have a goal of something you want to do in
Hmm.
life, like
Hmm.
how will you achieve it, what you want to do, just make a question of how, what, where, when, and who do you want to target. And this will, I think, give you a little clarity on what
Hmm.
you want to do. Um,
Hmm. It
and
takes time. It takes
yes,
time, and it will be a trial and error, and you might not like, you might give up something, but keep it in the back of your mind that even if you can't do something, but identify your core area. Like, okay, I want to work with youth. I want to work with women. I want to work with elderly.
the first step
That
is to
identify.
show the intention of doing something.
Yes,
When you have the intention, that is half the work done. Then you will
absolutely.
go forward, not after this year, next year, but sometime in the future. You
Hmm.
will
Hmm.
go forward on that and help people around you. So I think that is
Hmm.
really
True.
good.
Hmm.
What, ma'am, can you share some personal values or beliefs that guide your work as an educator
Hmm.
and mentor?
Hmm. Aditya, this is an amazing question to ask. What values, what drives something? For me, it's if I have got an opportunity, I will give my hand to somebody, like hold my hand, I'm there, and I will pull them up rather than shutting the door. Like if I've reached somewhere, if I've done something good, shows this empathy. Okay, I've reached somewhere, I have made so much of money, or I've got a position. They forget where they come from. You have to turn back and look at the people who are behind you. Just give them a hand and pull them with you ki chalo hamare sath. So just be that force to take people along. You cannot do anything alone. Bring them along, talk to them. And I admire leaders who work with empathy. Is the most commonly used word. People use it a lot. But what does it even actually mean? People just quote the word empathy. I'm empathetic. Let's do with empathy. But you don't show empathy to the people who are working with you, who are people who are your house help, everyone. So just talking about empathy is not enough. You have to practice it daily, every day. If you can take away one person's sorrow or grief and say that I'm with you, I think that's what drives me. And we are in such a privileged position. We should not think twice कि कितना करना है, बॉर्डर लाइन कि इतना ही देना है, इससे ज्यादा नहीं. Give. The more you give, the more you will receive.
Yes. Interestingly, you mentioned, ma'am, you told us on how children can impact, and we discussed on this, but how can children balance their education and educational pursuits and their passion for contributing to the people and the communities around them?
Hmm. I think there are a lot of examples. I used to think कि ये सबके साथ होता है. Even for me, I talk to so many people. They say कि when I retire, I will join an NGO. I will give all my money to their NGO. They wait for the time कि मैं 60 का हो जाऊंगा. When I am done with my corporate life, I will then put my money in an NGO. Yeah, this is very common, and the children see this, that okay, the time is work, 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 hustle, make money, family, everything comes, and then is a time for giving. I think that there is never going to be a time for giving, and this I learned later, but I wish I had known this 20 years earlier, that we have time for pleasure, we have time for movies, we have time for family, we have time for outing, we have time for social media, we have time for everything. Why don't we have time for doing something very simple? What is your passion? So, Aditya, very simple is take out 2 hours on weekends. I would say that could be the easiest mantra. Sunday को 2 घंटा निकालो और कुछ भी जो अच्छा लगता है वो करो. You don't have to bother कि मुझे इतना बड़ा एनजीओ खड़ा करना है. I have to do this, I have to do that. Just take out 2 hours. So, because of this, I think many people can break it into, like you say, atomic habits. So this is this is about just taking out 2 hours. That's it. You need to help, not more than that. So it's not big, not a big deal. You can do anything in 2 hours. You can do a
Yes.
cycling. You can do you can raise awareness with your friends. You can do on a Sunday, you go and talk about plantation. Anything is possible. Just, and don't do it alone. Alone is not fun. Take your 4 5 good friends, make a group. वैसे भी आप बातें करते हो तो कैफे में बैठने के अलावा कहीं जंगल में चले जाओ, प्लांट लगा दो, या फिर मूवी भी देखो. जरूरी है वो मूवी भी देखना, एंजॉय करना, बट उसके अलावा थोड़ा काम भी कर लो. ये सोशल अवेयरनेस कुछ क्रिएट करो. मे बी यू आर गुड इन on Instagram, you want to share something, your views about it, but give your time, dedicated time.
Yes. Um, so thank you, ma'am, for sharing this. It depends. Just you don't have to give commitment of like 3 hours, 2 hours every day. It is you have to keep clear in mind that I have to do this in this month. I have objective of this in next month. I want to finish something. You have to have a goal for this whole year. Contribute 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of your time every day, and I think it is just one step at a time, and when you get a habit, I
Yes,
think it will contribute to your life and others as well.
perfect.
Yes. And ma'am, finally, you have been doing so many things with senior citizens and children and helping out many people. Yeah, what projects or initiatives are you currently working on, and how can young people get involved and support your work?
Oh wow, this is amazing. Nobody has asked me this. I would love to, my vision is like, okay, as I said, I work with senior citizens, and that's of course online, because I have senior citizens from across the globe. Some are from US, some are from Dubai, from other places. So I'm doing it virtually. But eventually, it's a dream to have a physical place for them. We can do something for them, and the senior people who have contributed so much in their life, they need that companionship. They don't need money, they need companionship. So if one youth can come and talk to them, I will take them and connect them. Ki, this is your use accountability partner, we call. This is your young partner. Like, you can take them for a round, you can talk to them for an hour, give them an hour to talk. I believe me, I'm working with them for 2 years, and however unwell they are, however sick they are, they come dressed and very actively they participate in that 1 hour because they are heard. They want to speak, so we speak less. We let them speak. So I think they purely they want companionship, and if I want to provide that in future, and youth can join me in that when I do it. And right now, they can come on my channel and entertain them. They can sing for them. They can share jokes for them. I invite everybody. Of course, we don't charge them anything, and I can't give my youth anything other than the blessings of the seniors. So there they can join me, and of course they can join me. This by Say Something with Mads is my channel. Is not just a podcast. I want to make it a very big movement where something we do for environment, for food wastage, for anything related to society, related to global issues, small steps, a target, a monthly, some well set a goal for the youth to achieve. So this is all in the process, this is all in the mind, this is just the beginning. But yes, I'm welcoming everyone who can come on my channel and be part of my movement.
Yes. Um, this is a really great movement, and uh, as many children as they can join should join your movement. And my viewers also, I will just link ma'am's channel in the description below, and go on it, check out ma'am's videos and share it to other people so that they can get maximum reach, of course only if you like it. And um, ma'am, can you share some books that you would like? Books are really important. For I have read many books to learn a lot, and there are many important values that can be learned from good books. What books you would like to share with our viewers? They should read in their free
Yes.
time.
Talking about books is something which I always love, and I've been reading books right from my childhood throughout. For everything, book is the best companion I feel, and I learn so much from books. But to answer your question, is what are the some of the books I can recommend for youth? There are huge numbers. There are, you can keep on talking, but I love reading autobiographies and biographies of famous people, but I also like reading fictions. So it can be anything at that moment, whichever you want. Two, three books you can combine and read, a lighter book and a heavier book. So, but I would tell you something which a youth should read. This book.
Yes.
Okay. So this is something which every child should read before they start earning, or even before in 10th and 12th. You can learn about this to manage the economics. It's a very thin book and very good book. Another book I would suggest is
The
this one.
bread.
I love reading about this is a story of Afghanistan, a youth, how he in between, how the problems of Afghans, how he manages to. She's a girl, but she dresses as a boy because girls are not allowed to go out and shop or do any business. So to sustain the mother and the sisters, she dresses as a he and goes out and works. So this is one thing. And I read, as I said, a lot of biography of famous Andrew Agassi, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, their autobiographies, Oprah's autobiography. There is another simple books which children can read is Sudha Murthy's books. They are so grounded. They have Indian values and ethos. So to know more about this, all the books, her books are amazing. And I'm currently reading this book, Courage to Succeed. It's about an Olympian who has 4 Olympics medal, and how he became an Olympian and how he succeeded. It's an amazing book. And there are a lot of self-help books I read, but that's okay. There is never-ending list. Yeah, and also like Oprah's books. So these are my personal favorites.
Yes. I think Books are really important for children, and there are many topics because books are ultimately curations of one's experience throughout decades. Because one person works 50 years in something, he has a lot of experience, and then he writes all of it in a concise manner in one book, and you can
Mm,
consume it anytime you want. And this is the beauty of human ingenuity. And children can learn a lot from, there are many books on many different topics, but basically the ones I recommend are How to Influence People and Learn Friends. It is basically Win Friends by Dale Carnegie. It is a very good
Dale
book
Carnegie. Dale Carnegie.
on
Rich Dad,
communication
Poor Dad.
and, yes, uh, like on communication and socializing with people. Because ultimately, even if you are not educated, even if you don't have a degree, if you even if you don't have a platter or a silver spoon, you can still do something if you know how to talk to people, if you know how to communicate. And if you can do that, you can get to the higher levels of society in no matter of time, because the ultimate weapon you have is your tongue. And there are many other books. So moving on, you have done so much in your life, ma'am, and you have inspired many, but some people who are your inspiration and inspire you to do work every day.
Hmm. I look up to young people, as I said. I have a dream that Greta Thunberg is on my channel. So I get up every day in the morning and I say that, okay, one day I will invite Greta Thunberg on my channel. So she is somebody who inspires me. And other than that, I really like women leaders like Jacinda Ardern, our ex New Zealand Prime Minister. Her work inspires me a lot, and same with Michelle Obama. Then, as I said, Oprah. These are my go-to people for motivation. Anybody, but especially young people, when they have that passion, and I look up all the young people, what work they are doing, in which field they are working, and they are the real heroes in my life.
Yes. Um, I think this is really interesting. And of course, young people should be inspiration, and we should always strive to work extremely well so that we can inspire the young generation as well. And ma'am, moving on, can you tell us about your what is your advice generally for the children of India on how they can succeed in life, how they should progress, and what habits you would share with them in order to help them achieve what they want to do in their life?
This is a very long question. It has a lot of layers, but you just make it simple that they don't need advice. Their advice is overrated. Do this, do that. The moment you say do this, they will let them absorb from the nature, from atmosphere around them. But the most important thing is to provide them that nurturing atmosphere at home. Is the parents who are the most important backbone for young people. They say school is very important, but I think more than school, it's how you are brought up from childhood. Each and every value, the way you speak to strangers, the way you speak to the people who are working for you, the way you are valued, the way you look at people. Are you body shaming them? Are you talking out negatively about them? Each thing just goes in their mind and they become what they see. So we have a lot to change before we start advising young people. So I would say that we look at ourselves with a mirror and make a better version for us, a better example for us. We can't tell people that do this unless you do it. So there's no point advising anybody. They will see, if they see good work done, authentic people are doing something. You are doing such amazing work. People are going to be inspired by action, not by words.
Yes. And I think you have to put everything on the table. You are also a vulnerable human being. Ultimately, adults are not the ideal, they are not a statue of something you want to be. They are also vulnerable human beings with emotions and um, factors which we children have. They are just older children and
Yeah,
with many responsibilities. So we have to understand that as well. Um, we have to put everything on the table that I am also like this, you are also like this. We have to get better at something. And I know how to do this, you know how to do this. I am inspired by you, as you said before, that we should be inspired by children, and children should be inspired by qualities they like to be inspired by, not by us necessarily. But I think this is really interesting. Um, as we are human beings, we should put everything on the table when we are talking to children and be vulnerable. I think that
nothing
is
should
the
be taboo. Yeah,
yes,
but there is in India, it's easier said than done. There are so many things we don't want to talk, and that's understandable. We are no but to judge कि इतने साल में ये बातें करना है, इतने साल में relationship के बारे में बातें करना है, इतने साल में और आगे बात करना है. It never happens. Some people are not comfortable. That's okay, but lead by example.
yes. I think that is really great. And ma'am, you mentioned helping senior citizens throughout your journey and helping them and meeting with them on Tuesdays. Can you tell us about that endeavors of your?
Okay, that's something which I started during pandemic when I saw my parents and my in-laws. They were so lonely. They can't go out. Almost a year they didn't step out. And the only thing when I used to talk to them is, हम किसी से मिल नहीं पाते हैं, हम किसी से बात नहीं कर पाते. तो what do I do with them? What can I do? Something like that. So I just wrote on Facebook that I want to make a social kind of a platform for uh, senior citizens who would like to join me. There were so many people who said that we want to do. But people were in the giving mode that time. People had a lot of time. So they started, almost 15 people joined, but within 2 months, 3 months, everybody left because they all wanted to do ki what is there for us. इसके आगे क्या? Are you making money out of it? Oh, we are not making money, so we don't want to contribute. I mean, it's that way. Sorry to say that, but all of them just left. It was only me. So I said, okay, I'm me. I'm committed. But there were two other friends who saw, even if they are working full time, they saw the value, and we three of us are continuously doing it, and we are doing some. I must pat my back by saying that we are doing amazing work. There are so many senior citizens forums where they charge yearly so much to be a member. We have nothing, but we get people out of goodwill. Every Tuesday, we have speakers, we have singers who just come out of goodwill. मैंने किसी को बोला कि मेरा senior citizens का club है. Would you like to speak to them? Nobody says no. So, it's a miracle. It's God's grace that every Tuesday I have somebody who comes and speaks or does activity with them, just spends time with them. And if there's nobody, we three are there. I do. Just tomorrow we are going to have a tambola session. Once a month we have singing sessions. So I plan to continue this for as much as long I can, as I can. And they are very close. They are my family now.
Yes. Um, so I think this is a really good cause because ultimately we try to old people, I think, I believe, are experienced children. They are also like children. They deserve love and they have contributed so much to society. They have built the foundation that we stand on and we build on so that the future generation can also succeed. So I think it is our responsibility, our duty to help senior citizens, and as a child, as a youth, it is first responsibility to cater to them, respect them, and give them your time. And this is how I think you will get the most
Beautiful.
ashirwad as
You
well,
know,
and you will get most learnings as well, because these are the most
yes,
experienced people. We think that a person working in Google is experienced, but a person who has done a lot of work throughout his life, who has faced so much hardships and has done helped contribute to society, he is more experienced and he has more for you. than anybody else could ever have.
You said so beautifully, and I know that you stay with your grandparents, and this is where it comes from. The way you are speaking about the senior citizens, you learn from them every day. It's so beautiful to hear it from a young child. And one more thing, they are so hesitant about coming on Zoom. They struggled for a year to even switch on the camera, and their audio will go off, the video will go off. They didn't know कि लैंग्वेज प्रॉब्लम है, वो सब इंग्लिश में बात करेंगे तो हम कैसे बात करेंगे. सो वी मेड इट सो easy for them slowly, like we speak in Hindi, we speak a little bit of English, so that they are comfortable, because senior citizens are very intimidated by that thing कि हम क्या बोलेंगे, इंग्लिश में ही सब बात करते हैं. तो हमने बहुत वो easy कर दिया है, सब आ सकते हैं. I would invite you to come on my senior citizens channel as well, to talk to senior citizens once. It
Can
will
you
be
share the name of the
amazing.
senior citizen channel that you run so that I will also for my viewers as well and so that they can see it and contribute
Yes,
to your
I will do
audience?
that.
What
I
is the
will do
name?
that. The group is called, we have a WhatsApp group called Hand in Hand. It's called Hand in Hand. But we have a YouTube channel which is called as, I will share the link, Nisarg Dose. Dose is D.O.S.E, which is the hormones, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and etc. So that's called Nisarg Dose, is the channel's name. But yes, it's not a very big thing right now. Right now, we do it like a cottage industry. We ourselves hustle and do it. But the group, but it's just pure happiness. What I get out of doing this.
Yes, ma'am. This is really good, and I think you will get a lot of blessing from elderly as well, and you will learn a lot as well. So, thank you for your cause. And lastly, last question from second last question from my side. Two people that you would like to recommend to come on my show, who you think can contribute to my audience and we can learn from.
Okay. Somebody who you want from, see, I would only talk about people whom I interviewed. I think you can do the same. If there is somebody called, he's my student, but he does amazing work. So I think he will be a very good, he works in education sector, and he has designed games for children. So I think Ganesh Mehta will be a very good candidate. He speaks very well, and he will be a very good candidate. And there is another person called, he is of course in US, but if you can connect to him, he's also amazing. He is a UN change maker called Joel, Joel. If you connect with him and if you give my reference, I think they will be able to connect with you. Ganesh is definitely somebody whom you should call.
Yes, we will discuss this after the interview. And last question. Thank you for coming on the show, lastly. And what is your advice for Aditya Talks? And what did you like about our show? And what is your advice?
Aditya, as I said, that I've stopped giving advices to anyone. You are killing it. You are doing such a good work. You have to advise me. I would learn from you what to do for my channel. Youth and digital technology and all, I am way backward. I have to learn every day to even edit my videos, to learn things. I'm struggling with everything, but you people do it so effortlessly, so beautifully. I learned from you and I said, okay, this Aditya is doing very well. I must do this also. So it's always you learn from everybody, and I learned a lot from you, Aditya.
Yes. So thank you, ma'am, for coming on our show. I hope we can have many more discussions in the future because there are many topics that we have not covered yet. And my viewers, see you next Saturday. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.